everyone, please subscribe if you are not subscribed to this channel. So आज हम लेंगे सेकेंड पार्ट ऑफ द वर्ड सिंस 1991 का और इसमें these remaining topics will be covered and in the third part the exercise will be discussed. So first topic हमने आधा छोड़ा था, we will complete that. Just a second. Yeah, here we come towards a unipolar world. So यहाँ पे हुआ क्या था? Mainly in 1990, Iraq attacked Kuwait and established control over its territory. As you can see, Iraq it's here, Kuwait is here. तो इसने इस पर अटैक कर दिया और अपने टेरिटरी में उसको शामिल कर दिया. Then all the nations complained to United Nations. That is, we know after the two world wars, United Nation was established to maintain the peace and security in the world, which it failed as we all know. फिर यूएन ने क्या किया? यूएन कलेक्टेड multinational force against Iraq and attacked it, and so Kuwait became free. American president conjoined a term called New World Order, which implied that American dominance and leadership in matter of security was accepted at a global level. ये पहले हुआ जब रशिया भी पावर में था. That is, when American president gave this term New World, Russia was still a single country. फिर उसके बाद 1991 में सोवियत यूनियन का डिसइंटीग्रेशन हो गया. And now the next topic, American politician Francis Fukuyama introduced the concept of end of history. He believed that after the fall of communism in USSR, socialist political, economic and social system had to come to its end and the world would now have liberal democratic. So if you are new to political science, socialist and communist ये दो प्रकार की इकोनॉमी या पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम ऑफ वर्किंग होती है. कम्युनिस्ट में द मेजर वेटेज or the importance is given to public sector, like the people who are investors and all, they get treatment like rulers. And in socialist form of democracy or government, um, the government has a right over the citizens and citizens are given more importance in that type of system. Then here we have Joseph Nye. Joseph Nye, he differentiated two types of powers, that is hard power and soft power. Hard power, he says that hard power is the ability to get others to act in ways that are contrary to their preferences and wills, using force or threats. Whereas soft power is the ability to get others to want the outcome that you want. And the United States of America had this very good ability, like गोड बोलून काम करून घेणे. That type of thing is called soft power. So the next thing is, what is liberal democracy? Democracy means two, like liberal. Liberal means where we have right to whatever we want to say or have a way of thinking. We are free to do it. And democracy, it is a form of government in which the citizens have major role. So when liberal and democracy come together, it gives more importance to individual thinking or the thinking what the citizens follow or what they want in particular manner. So the question can be asked that what are soft powers and how we can say that America has some soft powers. So here we can answer that in 3 points. That is educational exchange programs. We know the universities of Oxford and Harvard, they provide scholarships for students with special abilities, and they are student friendly, which attracts like maximum youth from all over the world. That is also a soft power of America. Internet propagation of democracy and freedom of speech through internet has been a soft power of US. Food chains like McDonald's, Pizza Hut, we have seen they are spread all over the world, and even here in Maharashtra and all states, they are damn famous burgers and pizzas. Human rights and humanitarian interventions. Okay, these are simple things. Human rights are the natural rights which a individual needs to have for his or her development. And the United Nations have given special preference to follow or to apply these rights all over the world. UN peacekeepers are sent to conflict prone or war zone based upon UN Security Council recommendations and often when ceasefires are established. UN also prevents the reoccurrence of conflicts in future, maintain peace and protect human rights of affected people. Now we will see what is humanitarian intervention. The increasing awareness about human rights and their protection in international law gave rise to new phenomena for protection of rights in the form of humanitarian intervention. So इंडिया ने humanitarian interventions में क्या क्या help किया है? So that can be also a 2 markers or 3 markers question. We will get that answer in here. Do you know thing? That we can say that United Nations Transitional Authority in Cambodia, Feb 1992 to September 1993. India sent military and police forces in Cambodia to maintain peace and restore human rights, maintenance of law and order, conduct of free and fair elections, civil administration. यहाँ पे भी इंडिया ने हेल्प की है जितना हो सके उतना. India played an important role in repartition and resettlement of the Cambodian refugees during the transactional period. And second example is UN operations in Somalia, मार्च 1993 से लेकर दिसंबर 1994 तक. So here we can mention the 3 points like Indian contingent of the UN peacekeepers successfully provided humanitarian relief. It dug a large number of wells, constructed schools, ran relief camps. It also carried out rehabilitation of thousands of refugees and assisted in their repartition.